Today, we're talking about moths, which I do believe to be a better version of the butterfly. I just feel like moths are very underappreciated, even though they eat your clothes and fabric, and they're less pretty. Most of them are less pretty anyway. I'm going to be ranking these moths on a scale of 1 to 10. So, yeah, we've got that going now. Let's get into it. Up first, we've got the cute moths section. I neglected to mention that there's going to be two sections to this video. One of them is going to be cute moths, and one of them is going to be evil, demonic, bad, ugly, stupid moths. And I could only really find two of them, which goes to show that moths are good. But I found like 4 or 5 cute moths that I like. This one I've actually seen. This is the giant leopard moth. It's pretty cool. I mean, the caterpillar's not. I don't like the caterpillar. It looks dangerous to me. It looks like a little sea urchin, but sea urchins are cool. This thing isn't. I don't like the caterpillar, but the moth is cool. I've seen one of these in real life. I thought it was dead because I just looked at it for like a solid 5 minutes. I was just outside watching it, and it didn't move the whole time. So I thought it was dead in my naive youth. But then I worked up the courage to poke it on the back, and it flew away, so it wasn't dead. So which we're grateful for, because we like them. They're pretty. Look at that. That's a solid 8 out of 10 moth right there. I like that moth. Next up, we have the Luna moth, which I like this moth too. I have never seen one personally. It's not that they're a rare moth to find. It's that they don't live for that long once they've reached adulthood, I will say. Because once they've done their little Pokemon evolution thing into a moth from a caterpillar, then they don't have mouths, which means they can't eat, which means they die in a week to 10 days. Which is unfortunate because they're very pretty. And they're nocturnal, so that just makes it even harder to find them. It's a tragedy, really. Leave a comment if you've ever seen one, I guess, because I'd love to see one in person. But I'm not going outside at night. Anyway, next up we've got the Atlas moth. Now, I shared a little sneak peek of this in the community posts, but those don't get seen very much. This moth is the biggest moth in the world. The caterpillar, I'm not a fan of the caterpillar, if I'm being honest with you. I don't like the way its little legs look. They look like little suction cups, and that's wrong to me. That's wrong. That's not what a caterpillar should look like, in my opinion. The moth itself looks pretty, though. It looks like a pastel painting, to be honest with you. But this, just for size, just for some reference there, that's a really big moth. That's a really big moth. If I had one of these dive bombing me, like I've had with previous moths attacking me, I'll put the clip. Moth. God damn it. Jesus Christ. I just got dive bombed by a moth. This would scare me. This would scare me very much. I would probably swat it out of the air, but that's only instinct, because he's cool. Maybe. But I would be terrified if he tried to attack me, which moths don't attack people. But that one moth in my room did. Jesus, okay. This is the Stigmella Maya, which is a strange name for a moth. But oh Jesus. Ow, that hurt. That sneeze hurt. Oh my god. Anyway, this moth, this little tiny fella, is called the Stigmella Maya. I mean, the only reason it's in this list is because I like the caterpillar for once. The caterpillar looks good. It looks like a little gummy worm, and I enjoy that very much. These moths, I wouldn't be as pleased to see one of them as I would the Luna moth, but Yeah, this moth I would give a 4 out of 10, maybe a 4 out of 10. No, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. Yeah, that makes sense. Just because I like the gummy worm. Oh god, this moth. Oh my god, this moth. Oh my god, this moth. This is the poodle moth. That's the short name. I don't remember the long name, to be honest with you. And I don't feel like going back and checking. So this is the poodle moth. Oh, I didn't know moths could look like that. I didn't know animals could look like that. That looks like a Pokemon. Oh my god. Why is it, I want to hold one. I want to hold one, and I wish they were bigger, though. Because, like, I feel like I would accidentally kill it. And I don't want that to happen. I mean, look at this stuffed animal. What I would give to have a real life version of that. This. I want this. I love this. That's a 10 out of 10 moth. There's no doubt that this is a 10 out of 10 moth. Okay. Next up we've got as the title here states, bad, evil, scary, dumb moths that I hate. These moths will most likely be getting worse rankings than the previous ones. Keep that in mind. No. What? I get that this is the defense mechanism. But I still don't like it. Its upper wings look like little horse heads, which I think is kind of neat if you look at them from a weird angle, I guess. But they look like little horse heads. But the bottom wings there, those are bad, I would say. No, they don't need to have that kind of detail. The eyes look horrifying. Why do they look like that? I'm scared. But not as scared as this next moth is going to make you. This next moth is a nightmare demon. That's right. That's right. Revel in fear, you puny cowards. You imbeciles. I'm just kidding. He just looks like a moth. A kind of cool moth. Oh, this moth here. This is a 4 out of 10 moth. I gave him a higher ranking than the smallest moth in the world, the Stigmella Maya, because I get that that's for self-defense purposes, so it doesn't get murdered. But I still don't like the way it looks. Anyway, this moth. Back to this little demon monstrosity. This doesn't look that bad a moth, right? It's small, as demonstrated here. It kind of looks nice. It has a cool little pattern there. It looks like a decent moth. Until I show you this next picture, you will recoil in whatever you're watching this video in fear and pain and agony and despair and sadness and depression. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh my god. No. This isn't even self-defense. This is the tentacle moth, ladies and gentlemen. And non-binary fellas. Oh my Jesus. I'm not looking at the screen right now. My eyes are covered. This moth, I don't know what the right word is. I can't think of a word that doesn't make it sound sexual, which is so bad. Oh god. Oh my. Not looking at the screen makes it so much better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, viewers. Don't look at the screen. In fact, I'm just moving on. I'm just not even going to talk about this moth anymore. This is a solid 0 out of 10. If I could go lower than a 0, I would. I'm looking at the screen again right now, and the tentacles themselves are horrifying. But the fact that they're covered in hair, that makes it so much worse. Little buddy, what are you doing with your life? go somewhere else. Go to another planet. I didn't even know these moths existed. Oh god, I got a comment saying actually to look at these moths, and I followed it, and that's the only reason I'm here. If you're the person that commented that, feel proud of yourselves because you've traumatized me very deeply. Anyway, that's the end of that video. Thank God I don't have to look at that anymore. Thank God you don't have to look at that anymore. I'm sorry for bringing that up. Actually, the person who commented to look at that demon should be sorry. They told me to look that up. You evil person, you. Next video, I'm going to be blindly ranking bugs. Kind of like I did with this one, but I most likely won't forget to rank them and have to rank them halfway through the video. I'm sorry about that. I'm not redoing it, because I don't want to. But hopefully by then, my friend will have compiled a list of bugs for me to look at, and hopefully they're not all going to be terrifying. I don't know if I trust him with that. I know I said that the blindly ranking bug video was gonna come out sooner, and that this was supposed to be that, but he hasn't compiled the list yet, and I don't know when he will, so there might be another video releasing between here and there, but I really hope I can blindly rank the bugs. It sounds fun. You'll get a genuine reaction out of me instead of me knowing that that horrible monster of a moth was coming up and having to fake being terrified of it and seeing it for the first time, because I didn't. And that thing made me slightly depressed, and I'm sorry. Please subscribe. Goodbye.